Hi, welcome to Advent of Refactoring Day 24. So last day of Advent, and so the last of these videos for now. So we have our website voucher handler here, which has a Django form, which is actually doing all of the validation stuff for us, which is lovely. And then here we've got some logic, which is using all the data that it's got from the user. And in the function here, because we're using all the data for lots of different things, we're using the data square brackets quotes thing to look up the keys inside it. And this can be a bit annoying. It's very easy to miss out things, misspell things. It's very easy to make mistakes in what you make mistakes in what you're doing. And it's also quite noisy. So what we're going to do is switch to using data classes just to hold all of this data. If you're using Pydantic for your validation, then you get all of the data classes for free, and so you don't need to do this step at all. So in our forms file, could do this somewhere else, but we'll just do it here for now. We're going to say from data classes import data class, and we're then going to say here class valid website voucher data class. We could call it whatever we wanted to here, it's fine. And it's just a class, but we're going to wrap it with the data class wrapper decorator there. So then here we're going to just define the shape of the data we want to have. So code is a website voucher, email is a string, first name is a string, last name is a string, and event ID is an event. So to find the shape of the data here, in our form we're going to create a new function, def get valid data, we can call it self, and we can say return valid website voucher data class, and we're going to pass in self.cleanedData as as kwargs. So then it'll just take all of the fields and sort of turn them into those things here. If we go back to voucher processing here, in the handle, we could say voucher equals self.form.get data, and that should work because our get data function, or get valid data was okay, get valid data comes through there. That means that we can now change all of these data things to using, so it would be data.code, like that, and do all those other ones. But going through manually change them all is a bit of a pain. So let's see if we can do this slightly better, shall we? Some text editors have better tools for this. We're using Visual Studio Code today, which doesn't have great tools for it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a new file here so I don't mess anything up. Go to here, copy all of the stuff here, and go into our new file and paste it. And we don't need to bother saving it because we're just wanting to muck about with the text in here without accidentally breaking something else in the file. Then I'm going to open up the replace tool to do some replacing. So think the shape of stuff we want to replace is this. So data, open square brackets, something, close square brackets, and then close quote. So we want to be using regex here so that we can replace just the part of it, and then because it's regex, we'll need to escape these square brackets so that we're not messing around with those. And we want to capture just the bit inside there. So we can create a new group of stuff to capture, and we want to capture everything up until the close quote. So we've now found all of the different pieces here. It's got one false match, but that doesn't really matter. We want to replace all of this with voucher dot $1. So $1 for the first group that we found in there. So now let's replace the first one, voucher.code, second one, don't need that, third one, replace that, replace that, replace that, replace that. So we've now replaced all of that data open square bracket stuff with these ones. Copy all of that, go back here, paste it back in. So this refactoring today was switching over to using data classes. If we are going to use data classes, then we can start using some of the type hints that we get from them as well, which is really convenient. So for here, for instance, the get valid data, we could say is a valid, what do we call the thing? Valid website voucher data class. And then we can import that from there as well. This means we should be able to get type hints in the editor. So if we say voucher dot, and we can see first name, email, all those types of things coming through, which is useful. And voucher dot code dot, and it now knows the code, the right type of what that thing is as well, which is really cool. And also then means if we use voucher dot first name, then it no longer is highlighted correctly, and hopefully it's a bit easier to spot that we've made some mistakes and typos and things. And your diagnostics in your editor may tell you that you've made a mistake as well. Today, VS Code is not doing that for me. Anyway, thanks for watching. It's been fun making this series, and see you soon. Have a wonderful new year.